drama is over, and the Spurs did not trade for Kevin Durant. Maybe that's a good thing. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Hope you had a great weekend. The NBA Finals are over. Congratulations to Oklahoma City Thunder. Bummer for Tyrese Halliburton, who ruptured his Achilles. He is going to miss all of next season. That being said, I caught an article from Air Alamo talking about how things are going to be better since the Spurs did not trade for Kevin Durant. Do I think the Spurs made the right move by not going all in on KD? I'll answer that in just a few moments, but let's get to the article. The future is brighter without Kevin Durant. Trading for Kevin Durant was never the right choice. A depth-deprived roster led by multiple ball needing scorers was not going to take down the Thunder in a 7-game series. Might not take down many teams in the Western Conference in the playoffs. Continue on. Castle, Wemby, and likely second overall pick Dylan Harper will still need time to develop and learn how to play together. Castle's still finding his niche in the NBA, while Harper has to learn the league entirely. He hasn't played 1 minute in the NBA. Even Wemby is not in his complete form yet. And to reference, is it Goku? Dragon Ball Z, Goku final form. We don't have Wemby final form, or, I got my Godzilla fans out there, Shin Godzilla final form. Anybody? No? Okay. Trying to push for a title without any experience is a nightmare waiting to happen. By the time the Spurs' young core is ready to rock, Durant will be ready to hang it up. That's true. Our guys will start hitting their prime in the next couple years, and KD, he's sailing away. All right, trade rumor is over. Instead of using resources to bring in a win-now player on an enormous contract, the Spurs can still acquire an NBA-ready prospect on a much friendlier, team-controlled contract. The 2025 draft, which is just a few days away, is bubbling with prospects and can bring the Spurs exactly what they're looking for without coughing up depth and resources. I agree. The Spurs can get a much-needed 3-and-D wing at 14 who can focus on playing their role alongside Wemby in the cast, as opposed to Durant, who would steal touches away from their franchise star. Agree 100%. The Spurs made the right choice. Missing out on Durant was a blessing in disguise. With the big four of Wemby, Castle, Harper, and De'Aaron Fox supported by a deep set of talented role players, the Spurs will be amazing before you know it. I like that last sentence. Let me read that again. The Spurs will be amazing before you know it. All right, let's get into my 2 cents on this. Did the Spurs make the right move by not going all in for Kevin Durant and not getting in a bidding war at that? Although, admittedly, I would like to see them bid up the Rockets a little bit. I think it worked out for them overall. Yeah, I think we made the right move by not going for Kevin Durant. Yes, there's the superstar appeal of a Kevin Durant type player. The talent as well. One of the greatest scorers in NBA history, and he can still cook. He had very efficient, 26 points per game with the Suns, over 50% from the field. I think he hit over 40% from beyond the arc and over 80% from the line. So yeah, his efficiency is off the roof even at this advanced age. But reality, guys, he's going to be 37 next season on a huge contract. Don't know about his availability. A player at that age can get in. He's got an injury history. Could go down at any second. He would take shots away from Wemby, Castle, and everybody else right now that the Spurs are trying to develop. The Spurs, I absolutely believe, made the right move, and I cannot wait until Wednesday night. I personally hope they draft somebody at 14. A lot of you guys are saying, TSR will probably, jokingly, we'll trade it for a pick swap in 2041. I hope we draft somebody at 14. This is a deep draft. There's a lot of players that can help us out, whether Carter Bryant's there at 14. My guy, Rasheer Fleming, who I've made a very, carrying down the channel, I'd like to see them draft somebody like that. Maybe just, Cedric Howard. Who the heck knows? There's a lot of talent in this draft, and I know we don't want to be in rookie development forever. Obviously, Dylan Harper has to develop. Castle's still developing. We have guys are still developing. But this is the last time, I hope, at least with our own picks, that will be in the lottery. So grab the rooks now. Get some young talent in there. Doesn't mean they're going to play right. Probably, if we draft somebody at 14, maybe they go to G League for half the year. And if they're killing it over there, then you bring them up. But I'd like to see us pick somebody at 2 and 14. If whatever happens at 38, whatever. Maxime Reynaud, maybe they trade for, or not trade, draft him at 14 or trade down. We've talked about trading down with the Nets and maybe getting 19 and 26, and maybe you get a Fleming and a Reynaud, which would That would be my perfect draft. I've talked about it. If you're new here and you haven't heard that, or you haven't heard me say perfect draft on one of the other videos, if we can draft Dylan Harper, Rasheer Fleming, and Maxine Reyno, then we check a lot of boxes. Harper doesn't really check the boxes of what we need right now, but the talent is just, there's too much there not pass him up at number 2, unless this person can pull off a offer you can't refuse type trade to trade down, which I don't see that happening. I think we're drafting Harper at 2. And then Fleming gives us size, gives us some three-point shooting all in one. So does Reyno. Reyno's also Wemby's buddy. I think that, for me, that would be the win-win-win if we could grab all 3 of those guys. Not likely, but I can dream, right? Spurs fans, we're good. We're good, and things are only going to get better. It's a young team. Last season, disappointing with the fall-off after that 18-16 start. They got 2 games above 500. It had just been Denver Nuggets with a huge win. Then the wheels fell off, and then Wemby was out for the year, and then Fox is out for the year. But we have a good foundation. Yes, there are question marks with Mitch Johnson. I know there's quite a few, but they're very candid about your dislike for the Johnson. But I'm going to give him the benefit. I'm going to give him an opportunity to prove himself, the benefit of the doubt. He was thrust into a role he was clearly, absolutely, 100,000,000% not ready for last season, and it showed. He looked lost at times. He made bad decisions. Now he's got an offseason to prepare, an offseason to accumulate himself, get himself ready for next season, just like Wemby and De'Aaron Fox now have an offseason to work together, as well as Castle, as well as maybe find the right role for Devin. Seemed to struggle last season. I'm hoping he succeeds. And yes, I'm hoping Devin succeeds. I'm hoping Keldon Johnson succeeds. I'm hoping Jeremy Sohan kills it and actually plays a position. All the guys that, I don't want to say people are rooting for to be off the team, but are certainly made it very vocal about how the fact they want them gone before the season starts. I hope every one of our guys on this roster proves even me wrong, and that this team just exceeds expectations across the board and has, hot take before the season starts. Spurs next year, I'm going to say 48-34. Bam, write it down. Just too short of my guy David Robinson's number 50. I mean, they've been close, but it's a stacked Western Conference. But Wemby is just, in my opinion, going to be too darn good with good pieces around him. Wemby's going to be too great. Avatar Wemby or Shaolin Wemby or whatever we're calling him these days. I think we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. Got to draft correctly in this draft. Maybe get some good free agents like Gershon Yabusele or whoever, and then build on that. We have a foundation. We haven't had a foundation in quite a few years. Now we've got something. Build on it, and we're only gonna get better. And as I said it before, and I'll say it again. I cannot wait to enjoy this ride with you guys. Good things are coming. We just got to be a little more patient. Not maybe championship team next year, but I feel it. I feel it, Spurs fans. We're close and only getting closer. Drop a comment down below. Now that all this Kevin Durant nonsense is over, are you happy to not make a move for him? Or are you looking at what the Rockets offer was and you're going, you know what? We should have offered more and tried to get KD. Hit the thumbs up, support the channel, subscribe to become part of our awesome Spurs community. I thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go.